Hello, and welcome to Sunday Stretch with EmBODY Well. I'm Tanya Leek, founder of EmBODY Well, and happy Father's Day to the fathers out there. We are mid-June, and I would like to thank you for joining me and taking some time for yourself. We are confronted with so many things on a daily basis, and it is so important, even if you're with me for 5 minutes, only to take time to recover, to check in, to move your body, to assess your body, increase your body awareness so that you know when stress is creating distress in your body, is living there chronically. So this is your opportunity to do that, whether it be for 5 minutes or for the half an hour or so that we'll be together. So this is not just about stretching. This is, as a good friend of mine and fellow healthcare practitioner, Dancing Lion, says, this is body church, right? So there's not only a physical component, but something that is much, much more. And I hope that you take it as such. And what that means is if you decide to do something different with your body, if you decide to just sit there and breathe, I encourage you and I invite you to do what your body, what your mind is calling you to do. So with that, I want you to just shift your weight a little bit. So just thinking about becoming more aware of what's going on in your body. How are your feet feeling? How are your knees feeling? How are your hips feeling? Are they loose? Are they tight? Do you feel any soreness anywhere? What about your waist? Stretching up out of the waist. Just really kind of doing some exploratory movements. Is there any pain in your shoulder? What about in your neck? How'd you sleep last night? Hopefully good. I've got a little soreness in my neck, a little ache. Maybe I slept kind of weird on my pillow. So maybe we'll do a little neck work today. Now let's check in with your breath. Take a big deep breath. I invite you to close your eyes. Fill up the belly. If you want to, you can put the hands on the belly. Don't suck it in. Really expand the belly. Let that diaphragm move up. And exhale. Sorry, that's where your diaphragm is moving up, compressing the lungs. And down as you inhale, expanding the belly. Everything is filling up in that abdominal area and out. And now let's add the arms to that. Inhale. Really reaching up out of the waist, reaching the fingertips high, tilting the chin towards the sky, and pushing the palms down, out. Relaxing the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Take your time with each movement. Inhale. Really stretch long. Oh, reaching towards the sky. And exhale. Push down. Stand tall, strong, and relaxed. And let's go ahead and let the head drop forward, keeping the shoulders open. Don't let the shoulders fall forward. And inhale. And exhale back. Again, shoulders stay in place. Forward and back. Again, chin forward. Strong and tall in the body. Spine stays long, shoulders stay back. Scapula. Relax and open. And let's make it big. Let's go ahead and pull the chin down, then let the shoulders fall forward. You can slightly bend the knees. We're going to just let the body fall over, bending forward. Really pushing the top of the head towards the ground as far as you can, pulling the belly towards the thighs, and then keeping the knees soft, rolling up. You're going to come back to that standing position with the head and the shoulders falling in place, and then the chin on the chest, and come up. As the head lifts, so do the arms. Go ahead and bend the knees again, and stretch back. And again, you come through, strong mountain, strong stance, and then the head comes forward. Pull the belly in, scoop, stretch the spine. A little lower this time. Roll up. Should feel good in the spine as you roll through those vertebrae, stack one by one. Stand tall before you lift the arms, bend the knees, and arch the back. Breathing. Come back. As the arms come back, the head comes to a neutral, strong posture position. And the last time, and roll up. Stand tall, straighten the legs, and then let the arms come up, head comes back, knees bend. So just really gently starting to open things up. And now head to the side, ear to the shoulder. Pull the other side down. So really gentle today. And release, and let's go to the other side again. Just gently feeling what's going on, doing that assessment to see where you might be holding some tension. And if you need to do something additional to work through it, go ahead and do so as you need, as you prefer. This is your time. Just giving you a couple of examples or suggestions for what you might do. One more time. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulder back and forward and pull. Try to keep the shoulders even, so not quite moving into a side stretch, but just really pulling the head to the side, creating length in the side of the neck. Simple but effective, especially because the shoulders are where we may sort of keep that tension. And release and on other side. Again, keeping those shoulders even. Breathe. And release. And now let's just check it out. Maybe feel a little bit different as you turn your head side to side. Maybe there's a little more space that you have. Continue to breathe, and on each exhale, imagine that you are triggering a relaxation response in your body and letting your body go. Last couple times, moving side to side. And then center. And I'm sorry, we're going to go ahead and roll this shoulder back and forward and come up. I think I biased towards this side because of where I'm feeling a little tension. So, perfect example of what, if you need to do some extra on one side, go ahead and do so. I invite you to that. All right. So now we're going to spread the feet about as wide as I'm spreading, about as wide as my mat. Really keeping that edge of the back foot along parallel to the edge of the mat so that that heel is right behind the toe. And just kind of stretching, keeping the heel on the floor, but then allowing my body to shift forward so that it's creating a really nice stretch in the back of the lower leg, the calf. And let's go ahead and increase that stretch in that front of the hip, in the hip flexor, straight up. If you want to, you can bring the fingers together, lock the thumbs around the arms, and give me a little bit of a more forward shift of the hips. Feel it in the calf and the hips. And release. We're going to go ahead and shift the hips back, straighten the front leg, and reach down. Again, wherever you're comfortable. We're going to hold there for a moment. Remember to hyperextend in this leg. So if you need to slightly bend, that's fine. You want to make sure you're not pushing too much, creating too much force downward into the knee. And now we're going to go ahead and bring the hands forward, shift forward, come up on the ball of the foot. You can do a little stretch there as you move the leg back. And you can go ahead and stretch, push those hips down, keeping the front heel down. Back heel is up. Stretching straight through that back leg. So you really feel a stretch in the hips, both the front and back hip. And then wherever you can go with that front leg, it may be a slight bend. You should feel a stretch in the back of the thigh on the front leg. So wherever you can go to. Oh, this feels so good. And if it doesn't feel good to you, go ahead and release a little bit in the knee. It should be slightly uncomfortable, but kind of in a challenging way, not a, oh, I'm feeling like I need to, kind of contract my muscles against it. So you go to wherever your stretching sensation that feels on the edge, but not in trouble. And release. One more stretch forward. You can come on up to the front leg. And as you like, go ahead and twist, keeping that front knee in towards the chest. Kind of giving yourself a nice stretch.
And if you like, that arm can go over slightly. And bring the arm around, back, down, leg down. Let's come back. Put the feet together, knees apart, and stretch. Tops of the feet on the floor. We're going to do the other side in a moment. But just take a moment to relax. Really stretch the hips back to the heels as you reach the fingertips in the other direction. Breathe. Let the belly open between those open knees. Continue to breathe. Nice and deep, slowing down the breath rate. Occupying your mind with what's going on in your body, not what's going on outside, but inside. And come forward, open the legs, the toes, stretch forward, release the tops of the feet down. You can press into the tops of the feet if that's comfortable for you. This is kind of stretching out the ankle. Remember to pull the chest open, shoulders down, belly long. Letting the hips fall. Releasing in the pelvic floor. And up. We're going to go ahead and come into the downward dog inverted V. Tuck the toes under. Come up with the belly forward. Stretch the legs, keeping the belly where it is. Really reaching through the heels. And we're going to bring that other leg forward and come up. And I want you to step forward slightly. So we have more of a slide. So adjust your legs as needed. Remember how we had them sort of the width of the mat. That back leg, heel pushing down, edge parallel to the mat. And just really shifting forward so that you're creating a nice stretch on the lower leg and focusing on that there for now. Continue to breathe. Just let your gaze be softly forward. Your mind focusing on what's happening in that back leg. You're going to get into that front hip a little bit by lifting the arms and really shifting forward in the hip, reaching out of the hip so that you feel that stretch on that front side. And again, if you want to, hands together, thumbs interlock, and slight lean back. Less about the back lean and more about the hips pushing forward. Heel on the ground and back. What does that breath feel like there? As on that exhale, you relax more into that front hip. And arms down. Let's go ahead and shift the hips back. Lean over that front leg. Again, straighten as much as you're comfortable and reach. Again, if this is too much, if you feel danger, if your body's saying danger, danger, then go ahead and soften that front knee. But if it feels good in a challenging way to really feel like you're opening up for you, if that's what is required, go ahead and straighten the leg a little bit more. Remember, you're going after the sensation, not after a certain look or a certain amount of straightness. But you don't want to do this so that you don't feel anything back here. If you don't feel anything, straighten some more. Nothing, straighten some more until you feel something. And then hold it. Just giving it time to open. And then come forward. And I want you to go ahead and push that other leg back. And here we're just pushing the hips down. Feeling that stretch across the hips as you push down. Front heel on the ground, back heel up, leg straight in the back. And then, again, same thing. You choose how straight you want to go. Feel what's going on in the hips, in the calf. Spread the toes and the fingers. Reach long through the spine. Head reaching. Come forward. Come up. Give me a little extra push. And then one hand down and let's twist. As I mentioned, opening that top shoulder and or reaching over. Pushing the hips down. So lots of things happening here. Again, do what feels good to you. And then arm back and forward. Come down and push back. Come up. Stretching through. Coming up onto the ball of the foot. Really stretching into the toes. Allowing yourself to come down to the knees. Relaxing the tops of the feet on the floor. Again, pushing down. Opening up the ankle. And then arching the back. Again, hopefully you feel a little more space there. This feels a little more comfortable. Curve the back. Arch the back. Curve the back. Arch the back. And last time, curve the back. And let's go ahead and circle the body. Circle the head and tail. One direction, a couple of times. Nice and slow, so you feel what's happening as you go through each point of that circle. And then the other way. Oh, that one I can feel as my spine rotates. And come back to the arch. Tail lifted, head lifted, chin lifted, chest lifted, and come down. Just the top of the body, so sticking out the rear, tailbone pointing towards the ceiling. Arms forward, so the elbows are right under the shoulders. And then tuck the toes, spread the fingers, and stretch. Tailbone up, chest forward, and then back down. Feet in, knees out, stretch back. Bring the arms down. You can grab the heels or just leave the palms up beside the heels, so your choice. Creating a small ball. Hands beside the face. Push up. Come around. Lay down. Legs straight out. Palms up by the sides. Bring the arms out about 45 degrees from the body. Breathe, letting the belly expand and contract. Rib cage. Opening and closing. Feel the magic of everything that your body does for you. With each exhale, scan a different part of your body. Be aware of how your hands feel on the floor, how your shoulders are releasing into the floor. Where your spine naturally curves off the floor and on. How the fingers and toes feel. Different joints in your body. Major joints, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, wrists. Remember again that this is for you. And I'm so pleased that you've decided to join me and invite me to this time with you. Just remember that this is time you can always take. I'll be available to you on demand. And you can use any of these movements. Again, whether it's 5 minutes or longer. Check in, assess and scan, and move. Studies have shown that's the best way to create resilience and enable recovery. And with that, you can choose to stay where you are. You can choose to put the feet on the floor and begin to kind of move in the spine. Move your head side to side. Just feel what your body is ready to do now. Bring it gently back into full motion. Turn on your side. Push yourself up. And hopefully enjoy the way your body's feeling right now and what you have brought into your mind and body, where you've brought your mind and body to. I hope to see you again soon. This has been Sunday Stretch, Body Church. I'm Tanya Leek. Enjoy your day. Happy Father's Day.